Social Zoom Factor, episode 265.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Do you want to humanize your brand and create memorable customer experiences that inspire your audiences to scream about it from a social mountaintop? The Marketing Nuts helps companies humanize their brand and transform their social business from the inside out. Visit their website at www.themarketingnutswithaz.com for a client list and some amazing free resources to get you started down the path of success. Hey there, Zoomers. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. Today is a very exciting day. Drum roll, please, because we have officially launched our 2020 content editorial calendar template. And you can go download that at themarketingnutswithaz.com/calendar Zoom. Again, that's themarketingnuts.com/calendar Zoom. And we have been publishing this calendar for 10 years. It is the exact same calendar that we used with our clients, ranging from startups, solo entrepreneurs, all the way up to Fortune 10 brands. So it is proven. It is your blueprint to organize your content for higher ROI, because I am sure you have noticed the digital and social world is getting noisier by the minute, and earning the attention of your dream customers is honestly getting more difficult as every day, month, and year goes by. So this is where a content calendar comes in. This is where planning comes in. Things like understanding your audience. And so what we're going to do today is I am going to walk you through 15 ways that a content calendar and putting some more structure around your content will actually help your business immediately. And this is going to be a perfect episode for you. One, if you really aren't sold on should you be using a content calendar, and maybe to date you have just been taking your content and you've been putting some effort into it, so you kind of have a plan in your head. Maybe you have a scribble scratch, where you've jotted down some ideas, or you have a virtual way you do that through a spreadsheet, and you've had some success, but you have amazing content that really needs to go to the next level if you can just put some organization around it. So this episode is perfect for you if you're there. It's also perfect for you if you've never organized your content, because I promise you by the end of this episode, you're going to be sold on why you better get to it. As well as third, if maybe you are working inside of an organization where you are accountable to other stakeholders, maybe your executive team, and they just don't understand the need for planning content, and they have you multitasking, maybe you're wearing many hats, doing all different types of roles, and they really don't want to enable you to slow down, to speed up. This is going to help you facilitate that needed conversation so you can really be able to better articulate to your stakeholders. And maybe you just own a small business and you need to communicate this to your partner, your co-owner in the business of, hey, let's sit down and plan what we're doing, once a month. Let's have a conversation about this. So as we get started, first thing I want to ask you is just so you can kind of help to qualify where you're at is I have a few questions for you. Number one, do you have a plan with goals and metrics for your content? Think about that. Do you really know what your goals are? Do you know how you're measuring success? Do you wake up in the morning and sometimes think, hey, what am I going to post today? Does that ever happen to you? How often does it happen to you? Do you tend to focus more on quantity of your content over quality? Okay, less is truly more. Quality is what matters. Do you know what success looks like? How do you measure the results of the content that you publish online? What content does your audience really need and want from you? And we have an audience analysis worksheet that you can go download. Just go to themarketingnutswithaz.com/audience, and that will help you prioritize those audiences. Are you confident that your content is the highest quality that it can be? So would you be proud to send me a copy of your last 5 pieces of content that you published? And could you look me in the eye and say, Pam, this is the best that I can do? Is your content making the impact that you want it to make on your dream customers or on your business? So are you making the impact and seeing the results that you're wanting? So how did this list of questions make you feel? Did you hear them and you think, yes, I know the answers to those questions Pam is asking me. I nailed it. Or were you thinking, yikes, I don't really know? So if you struggled with rock solid answers to these questions, it's okay, because that's why you're here listening to this today. Reality check though. The last thing that your audience wants from you is more content. And here's the thing, as we head into this new year, when it comes to content marketing, less is truly more. And though you're still going to hear some loud voices in our space screaming at us that we need to be everywhere all the time, but trust me, you can't listen to them. And the only way that you're going to get out of, I need to post all the things all the time, everywhere, is by you having a plan. Because when you don't have a plan, then you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, I just need to go post all this content spaghetti and I'm going to hope it sticks because I don't know what else I'm going to do. So that's, one of the biggest benefits of a content calendar is that you stop that random act of content spaghetti throwing. And instead, your mindset is shifted toward how can I create content in a streamlined and focused way that will, number one, help me serve my audience with value and impact, and 2, help me achieve my goals. So let's dig right into the 15 ways that a content calendar will help your business immediately. Number 1, and this is probably the most important benefit, is that it helps you focus on the needs of your audience as a top priority. Audience marketing is what will set you free from random acts of marketing and will help you align your content to your business and achieve your goals. And being the one who knows and serves your audience better than your competitors do is how you're going to win as you come into the new year. The number 2 benefit is that it's going to help you prioritize your target buyers and audiences. And although your product or service may be able to be sold to hundreds of different types of buyers, you are going to get a better return on your investment when you are prioritizing exactly who you want to see and read and watch and listen to and share your content. A good content calendar forces those decisions, and our content calendar does exactly that. Benefit number 3 is that it helps you get crystal clear on what your call to actions are. Here's the thing. Buyers want to be told what to do. They are overwhelmed with media, with pop-up ads, video advertisement, and advertising in every stream that they are consuming on a daily basis. Think about when you log into any social network or you log onto the web and you're trying to look at a blog on your mobile device, how many things are popping on the screen and driving you insane. So the better that you can guide them toward a relationship with you, the happier they are going to be, because the more quickly they're going to be able to find what they need and get answers to their problems. So you want each piece of content to have a call to action, even if it's just watching a video or listening to a podcast or downloading something or signing up for a free trial. Just know what that call to action is. What is the purpose for that piece of content? Number 4, and I love this one, is that a content calendar helps you be the sweet orange in a world of bitter apples. And just because everybody else is spamming all of their mounds of content, throwing, junk at their audience on a consistent basis, does not mean that you need to do the same thing. You need to rise above. Dare to be the one who provides the most value, because you have a rock solid content calendar that is delivering those sweet, savory, helpful tips and the nuggets of goodness that your audience just wants to cherish and devour. Number 5 is that it helps you get the support you need internally for your content marketing and digital marketing programs. So if you are facing challenges getting your budgets approved, a solid content calendar is going to help you streamline and facilitate those conversations that you need to have with your executives or your stakeholders or maybe your business partner. Number 6 is it helps your brand be more human. So when you connect with your audience in a human way and you're planning that, you're planning how you can actually inspire them and connect with them and engage them and empower and help them, they're more likely to remember you. Because it takes 6 to 7 brand touches before somebody will remember a brand. So you need to give them a reason to remember you. Number 7 is that it helps you set goals and define what success looks like before you start investing in content. Creating content is expensive because it's taking our greatest asset, which is time. It's taking resource, right? We're having to invest in tools and technology, and there are far too many brands that are wasting valuable resources, throwing social content spaghetti at the wall. And the sad thing is, and we see this in small business as well as large, many marketers give up before they get started, and it's really because they didn't have the right goals to begin with. So I speak and train all over the globe, and I talk and help a lot of people build out their content strategies. And I have had so many people come up to me and say, Pam, I've been doing content for X number of years, and I just am not seeing the results I want. But then when I ask them, what are the results you're actually looking for? What are your goals? I'll tell you, at least probably 75% of the people that think they're failing don't know what those goals were to begin with. So even if you have not developed an overall content strategy and plan with goals, a lot of times a content calendar is that first step to help you get there. Because I know to a lot of people, planning can be overwhelming. And so that's where when you look at a content calendar, it breaks it down for you in more easily digestible pieces that you're able to slice and dice and start to feel comfortable with setting goals for, specific pieces of content. And then you can move to weekly and then monthly and then quarterly. And before you know it, you have a rock solid yearly plan. So don't be afraid to take a baby step to get started. You don't need to, I always say you don't need to boil the ocean. Focus on the backyard pond. And a content calendar is a great way to really get started with that. Okay, so far I have shared 7 benefits with you of a content calendar. I still have 8 more, but before we go there, we need to hear a word from our sponsor. They are what keeps this podcast zooming. I will be right back. Do you ever feel stuck in a rut, like your online business and social business isn't all that it could be? The Marketing Nuts Agency helps small businesses clear up to the Fortune 50 brands, provide clarity and vision for current and future programs. The Marketing Nuts believe in ROI-driven decision-making while still inspiring audiences with relevant content. From social business strategy and consultation, influencer marketing, to corporate training and workshops, and fully outsourced digital and social programs. The Marketing Nuts helps you prioritize your investment, impact business goals, and inspire your audience to invest in a relationship with you. To start the conversation, visit www.themarketingnutswithaz.com. I'm back. All right. Number 8 reason you need a content calendar. It helps you create a drumbeat approach to content development. A consistent rhythm is so important in you creating content and building an audience. You need to set those expectations with your target audience and let them know that you are there for them for the short, the medium, and the long term. And when you utilize a content calendar, it helps you stay more committed because you're not waking up every morning saying, what am I going to post on Instagram or Facebook or my blog or podcast or video? You have a plan. You wake up excited knowing what you need to do. Or if you are, being really smart and creating some content in bulk, then you've already produced your content, one day of the week, and you're able to sit back and work on some other things during the week. So we don't have to be creating content every single day. The better that you plan, the more you're going to have that consistent rhythm and that drumbeat, because we're all going to have good days and bad days. You're going to have a day where you're pulled away completely from your business. And if you are only creating content last minute, you're not going to be in a good place. But when you plan your content ahead of time, that lets you have that consistent rhythm, which is so important to stay in front of your audience on a consistent basis. Number 9, this is really important too. It helps you streamline your resources, all of them, starting right now. So seriously, the minute that you start utilizing a good content calendar template, you will feel a sense of, why didn't I do this 10 years ago? And you will wonder why you caused yourself so much stress by avoiding something that wasn't really that hard to begin with. And I hear this all the time. Pam, why didn't I do this sooner? So if you struggle with knowing when to do what or what to assign to others that are on your team, maybe you've brought in some people to help you. Maybe you have an intern or you have some marketing support, but then they're looking at you saying, what do I need to do? And you don't really know the answer. A content calendar is going to help you make sure that everybody is working in sync and that you can then start to develop those processes and increase the productivity and set those goals so everybody knows why they're doing what they're doing. And we do a lot of this work with our clients where we'll go in and help them set up their procedures and processes and get things rolling so that then they can have that infrastructure, today, tomorrow, and forever. So number 10 is it forces you to think further than just today or tomorrow. When you create an actual content calendar, it gets you out of your, what am I going to post today mindset and helps you think strategically, yet also tactically at the same time. And that's why I really like content calendars, because it works for people who are either being forced to be more strategic or who love to be strategic. And it also is good for the people who like to have a to-do list that they like to cross off, okay? So what often leads to random acts of marketing are the people who like to-do lists, and they want at the end of the day to be able to cross off 25 things that they've done. It's easy to create content. It's easy to go create a list of 25 things we need to do on the digital and social web every day, but that's not our goal. Less is more. And so when you really are forced to also think strategically and then align those tactical goals and actions to your strategic plan and calendar, you begin to really work smarter, not just harder. And that's really where the ROI starts to improve. Number 11, it helps you integrate your content across multiple mediums. So it becomes easier to prioritize your channels that you publish on, as well as the formats that you're using for content. So you can more easily say, should I focus on Facebook today, for this type of content and this audience? Should I focus on Instagram or LinkedIn or my blog or video or podcast or all of the above? It's going to help you integrate your content where you can create one piece of content you're using over and over and then prioritize where you're publishing that, how you're tweaking that. And when you start to combine this with an audience-based marketing approach, you have a magical combination for success. So number 12, ideas will come easier. When you remove the fire drill of posting only for today or tomorrow, the creative ideas will start to flow. And even if you are a person that struggles with coming up with ideas for content, and I know a lot of you do, focusing on the needs of your audience combined with your business goals is a serious game changer. It will change how you innovate and ideate. I love that word, but how you come up with ideas for your content. Trust me, it works. Number 13 is you can start leveraging evergreen marketing, which is also going to help you not only with your ideation, but also with your ROI. So basically, evergreen marketing is a fancy word for saying you're working smarter, not just harder. It means you are creating once and using many. So instead of trying to create 100 pinnacle pieces of content every year, you are instead creating a few really good pieces of content that you can leverage as a baseline. And so the goal is to build on these solid pieces of content that work really well. So an example of this, let's say I am creating this podcast today that has 15 benefits for a content calendar. Okay, so this is a pinnacle piece of content. We have a blog post that'll go with it. I'll likely have a white paper. I mean, the ROI is very high. What I also can do is take each one of these benefits and create a mini video out of it that I post on Instagram. I could take that video and post it out on YouTube, on Facebook. So from this one piece of content, I could easily have 15 different pieces of content just for each channel. There could be images associated with that. There could be, different ways we're slicing and dicing it. So when you are leveraging evergreen marketing, your ROI will literally just go out the roof in a good way. And that's when, if you've been struggling to get approval from your executives and your stakeholders and trying to get your plan approved, when you can create one pinnacle piece of content and then you can show the ROI of how that one piece of content helped you create multiple pieces of content that generated leads with multiple target audiences, that's when your boss falls in love with your plan and as a result, you. So if you're struggling with getting buy-in from your stakeholders, from your team members, these are some really good ideas you can start implementing right away to help those conversations. Number 14 is it helps you create loyal brand evangelists. And you do this because when you are truly inspiring, connecting, and empowering your audience, you become their hero. And when you help them solve problems and they feel inspired to conquer their biggest obstacles, they want to tell the world who helped them. And when you are the one that helped them, it's you they're going to be telling all their friends about. So you're going to create this tribe that just loves your content. And because you've changed their life, right? When I go and I speak and train, I just got back from India not too long ago. I had people in India, and I live in the USA in Orlando, Florida. I had so many people coming up to me telling me that they had been following me for 10 plus years and that I had helped their business. I've had men leading a family that have told me over the years that I helped put food on their table with the content that I wrote. So I don't know about you, but to me, that's why I do what I do, is being able to help other people, build their business and live their life. So when you focus on impact and you focus on value, you are going to organically create that community that comes together and that really sees you as the leader. And that's where you start to build authority and trust with your community and audiences. And then last but not least, we have number 15. And a content calendar is going to help you think bigger than just yourself or your audience. And when you help your audience be part of something bigger than any of us can do on our own, we all grow. One of my favorite quotes is from Simon Sinek, and he says, "It's in our DNA as humans to want to connect with people who believe the same things that we do." And I truly believe that's true. And when you put yourself out there and when you leverage a content calendar to help really put the human aspect of you and your company into your content, and you are focused on the human aspects of your community and how you're helping them, you're going to organically bring people closer to you. And that's going to help, the content calendar is at the core what's going to help you increase engagement and build community and establish trust. Because even if you were doing all of the strategic planning, for your content and your digital and your social and your visuals, but you don't know how. You may have the goals and you may know the type of content you want to create. And we see this a lot with small and large organizations. But if you don't have a plan for how you're actually going to take that to market, then it's kind of all for nothing. Because we've seen a lot of organizations that will create amazing content, but they have no executable plan for how they're going to publish that content. They've spent tens of thousands, if not $100,000 a year on videos that are fancy and white papers and ebooks and visuals that they've had custom created, but yet they don't know how to execute it. They will do one blog post that they put up or throw it on their website, and that's not where you're going to get ROI. So the content calendar really can be that foundational element that helps you improve the ROI of everything that you are doing with your marketing and everything that you are publishing. So run on over to themarketingnuts.com/calendar Zoom and grab your content calendar calendar template, and make sure you pay attention to the flow of what we present to you when you download that, because we have some additional resources that you can grab that will really help you get those results faster. So I wish you the best of success.
If you're ready to Zoom your business and Zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.